With the release of the new O3 digital FPV system from DJI, there is obviously going to be a lot of questions, and one of the biggest ones being, is there an FCC hack, and can I change the RF power output like up to 1200 milliwatts like we seen on the original DJI FPV system? In today's video, I'm going to answer those questions. Now, I wasn't included in the DJI O3 launch, but I need to say a massive thank you to a number of people who I can't name because I would not have been able to do this testing without their support. It is not a manufacturer, but it is a number of people who have ensured that I was able to get the information that I need to be able to make this content. If you find this video interesting, also please consider checking out the link to my Patreon. We do not rely on manufacturers on this channel. With the likes of DJI not wanting to work with us, it means the support of our Patreons is more important than ever. Anyway, let's get on with this video and let's find out what the situation is with this new air unit. So the new O3 system has released. Now this is very much a standalone DJI Avata. In fact, the new DJI O3 FPV system is basically identical about 95% of the time. There is one or two little differences between the systems, but it very much is a DIY Avata. Now, this means it is quite different to the FPV system that we had from DJI before. For instance, it is a whole new rewrite of software, and many of the things that we saw on the old system carry over, but some of them don't. For instance, on the Avata and the new O3 system, there is no option to set the RF power level. Whether you're in CE or FCC, there is no power setting, there is no ability to even turn it down. The only way you can tell what mode you're in is by setting it to the manual RF mode and look how many channels you have available. For instance, if you set it to 20 megahertz carrier in FCC mode, you should have 7 channels, whereas in CE mode, you'll have roughly 3. That is what will tell you what mode you are in with this system. Now, as this is a new system, as I've said, some things carry over, but many don't, and the biggest one that doesn't is the NACO files hack. NACO does not give you FCC mode on the O3 air unit or the Avata, and NACO power does not give you 1200 milliwatts of output. There is, though, an FCC style hack that does work on the Avata, and I can confirm that it does also work on the O3 air unit as well, and that is what is known as the ham file. This unlocks the channels up to the FCC number, and I can confirm that it also unlocks the RF power output to a higher level as well. We cannot easily measure the RF power output on the DJI O3 or the Avata system. However, what I can show you in this video is that it does massively increase the output compared to what it is in CE mode. And whilst we don't know what that RF power output level is, it is certainly going to be FCC or more. What we're going to do next is take a look at what the file actually is and how you use it, and then we'll take a look at its effect on my spectrum analyzer. So to do the FCC unlock and get more channels and power, what you need to do is create a 0 bytes file called ham_CFG_support. Now, this file is available to download online. However, it's really simple to make if you have a program such as Notepad+. In Notepad++, simply open it up, create a new file. You don't put anything inside, leave it completely blank, then simply click File, Save As, and what you're going to want to do is save this file, as I've said, as the name ham_CFG_support. Don't change the file types. We're going to save it into a folder that I can get to it. Click Save, Close, and then you can now see that the file is located there. Next, take the file, place that onto your SD card, and you need to put that into your FPV goggles. So either the Goggles 2 or the Goggles version 2. Just to demonstrate this on the Avata, though it's the same on the air unit, you go into the menu, down to transmission, and change the channel mode from auto to manual. This will show you what mode you're in. Here you can see we're on 40 megahertz bandwidth and we only have 1 channel available. If we change it to 20 megahertz, you can see that we only have 3. This is telling us we are in CE mode. So what we'll do is take the file, place it on the SD card, place it in the goggles and reboot, and take a look at the difference. Now the file is on the card, and if we do the same again, go into transmission, you will then see instantly under 20 megahertz mode, we have more channels available. We now have 7. If we then go in and go under the 40 megahertz mode, i.e. 50 megabits a second, it will then show us 3 channels, showing us that we are now in that FCC mode and giving us that full availability of channels, but it is also increasing the RF power output as well. Okay, so what I am showing you here on the screen is the O3 carrier in CE mode, i.e. 25 milliwatts or whatever DJI roughly have CE set to. We are not measuring RF power here, we are simply visualizing it on the spectrum analyzer. What you can see going on here is the difference between the output when the ear unit stroke avatar is in low power mode or armed. So for instance, when you can see it now with this very dark carrier, the ear unit or avatar is armed, and then when the carrier goes to what you see here is that less intense image, less intense carrier, it is in low power mode. The thing to understand and the thing to note is, look where I have a marker set at 64.83 dBm. When it is armed, the carrier does not increase in amplitude, it does not increase in height. What you're getting is more data through the carrier, but what you're not getting is an increase in RF output in CE mode, so we can see what the RF level is. Next, we're going to see what the ham file does with regards to RF output when we have it placed on the SD card of our goggles. Just to be clear, this is the ham file that was found for the DJI Avatar, and we are testing this on the DJI O3 ear unit. What you can see here is the carrier not armed, looking exactly the same as it did before. And if we arm the ear unit, boom, you can see the carrier amplitude is increased substantially. It is well above that minus 63.84 dB. And then if I disarm, you can see that it drops back down. So it is clear the ham file is not only unlocking the additional channels, but it is absolutely increasing the RF output of the ear unit and the Avatar drone. Okay, so as you can see, the file clearly makes a difference. The ham file will unlock you from the CE channel level to the FCC channel level, and it will also increase that RF power. As I've said already, at the point of me making this video, there is no power settings available on the Avatar or the O3 ear unit, and if you do put it to that higher level, you are going to be stuck at that higher level unless you do a reset on the goggles, which then should put you back to your standard region. Hopefully we'll get more information as time goes on, and hopefully we may find ways to maybe increase the power output as well, but it is good that we do have a solution for this here and now today. It is interesting that there are some changes between the way the O3 system works and the original DJI FPV system. For instance, the channel allocations are different, and I'm going to be covering that in a separate video, and if you're interested in seeing that, please do make sure you are subscribed to the channel. If you're after a bit of an overview of what the changes are on the new O3 system, I have a video that I also put out at the same time as this. Whilst I can't discuss O3 in hand at this moment in time because I do have an embargo in place because I'm not working with DJI, what I can tell you is I have got some thoughts I can share, and if you're interested in seeing them, please do check it out. Finally, as I said at the start of this video, if you think it's interesting, please do consider checking out the links to buy me a coffee where you can make a one-off donation, or my Patreon. I would not have been able to make this content or any of the content of my channel without the support of the Patreons I have. I want to say a massive thank you from me to all of my Patreons. The last 2 weeks has really shown me just how important it is to remain independent, and whilst I love working with manufacturers, what I don't like is working with manufacturers that try to dictate the conditions of what you do on your channel. Anyway, that is it from me. If you found it interesting, please do give us a like. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay safe, and I will speak to you soon.